2025. Okay, so God's pattern, God's setup pattern for entrepreneurs. Okay. Setup pattern for entrepreneurs. So if we can learn it and then work with it, then this particular is an outline, a training for entrepreneurs, and definitely for sure you will leave here empowered, you leave here inspired, and you leave a better context for the concept, leave here becoming better version of yourself, at least to be able to take the action necessary for your setup process. Identity, the relation of self, okay? Identity. Number 3, we're looking at attitude adjustment. Number 4, mission clarity. Number 5, we're looking at God's setup pattern. Okay, number 6, and second to the last, the step up must be supported. Okay, number 7, call to action and affirmation. Okay, so what we are going to look, I kind of do a little bit of revision for most of us that were not here yesterday, or some of us, so that at least you can be carried along. So the first thing we looked at yesterday was that the step up requires a setup. That means for you to step up, there must be a setup. So God always sets people up before He steps them up. So you that is looking for step up and elevation and improvement, of course, in your business, in your finances, in your emotional life, in your spiritual life, you want God to elevate you. You want God to take you up. You want God to promote you. You want God to, so those into next level. All those things you see, for you to sustain it, God always sets people up before He steps them up. God always prepares them before He appoints them. So definitely, we started talking yesterday that many people desire elevation. Of course, a step up in their success, in their promotion, influences, but only few understand that this psychology requires a set up for you to sustain every step up. So the key insight we discussed yesterday was that every set up is always internal. That means every set up you see is always internal. Okay? But what is it? Hello? What is it? Please, let's not have issues here. Thank you. So every set up is always internal, and every step up is always external. So all those things you see that happens externally, that everybody can see, is actually a step up that have been set up already. So we should focus on the internal factors, and those internal factors are your identity, your mindset, your discipline, your attitude we discussed yesterday, and those are setup that you want influence, increase, impact in terms of measurable, of course, visible results or outcomes. So definitely. And yesterday also discussed that if you humble yourself under the mighty hand of the Almighty, He will exalt you in due time. So example of them we see, David was set up in a process when he was actually in the field as a shepherd. And those processes, he meeting, of course, one day, lion came and carried one of the sheep, and he left 99, ran after one of them. God said, this kind of man, who be saying an animal, they just put in your custody, he just put on your care, and you are giving your life to this animal. For someone like me and you, I would have said, lion carry one, she be 99 day, make it carry and they go. This 99 will get him again. So, but the guy no agree. He always go for everything that is committed to his hand. None shall have lost in his care. None shall miss. So you can see that kind of mindset. God said, this is a man after my heart. He will give him the position of a king. definitely he will definitely do well. And definitely, you see, many people are in businesses, that entertainers, that artists, that in church, that in ministry. They want a step up, but the new level of grace, finances, abundance, but they don't like the set-up process, which is always the preparation state. But you see, everything God do sustainably. Like Christ, it took him 30 years for him to set up, for him to sustain 3 years of ministry on earth. Even John the Baptist, about 30 years again. Even Moses, about 80 years, 40 years in the palace, 40 years in the wilderness. So every set up is always system to be more longer preparation time, more than the set up project. They can see many champions are made on the ring. How many times do they play football match? 45 minutes, 45 minutes, at the end of the day, 90 minutes. But do you know how long they take to prepare just to manifest on the field for 45 minutes where everybody's clapping for them? How many times does it take someone to run 100 meters race? That 100 meters race, the person must have prepared over and over and over. I keep telling you that preparation is the highest demonstration of faith. So you have faith, you believe that you succeed. The best thing to do is to prepare. Not like someone that writes exams. Do you know how long it takes us to prepare for exams? For an hour exam, for 1 hour, 30 minutes exams. So it takes us just a lot of time to put in the resources to just go and write an exams. So you see, everybody wants a setup, a step up, but most people don't like the setup processes. So one of the processes God did, God have once these three things happen to you, God is setting you up for a step up. God is setting you up for elevation. God is setting you up for promotion. So the first thing we discussed yesterday was identity. Once you start having, you started identifying yourself like, I don't think I'm okay with who I am. I can be more. And this identity simply means your way you think about yourself, what you believe about your purpose, your self-image, the way you see yourself, the picture you hold about yourself. I think I have a picture that I'm a billionaire, have a picture I'm an entrepreneur, have a picture I'm a CEO, have a picture I'm not a CEO, have a picture I'm delivered. I have pictures. I need to see myself differently. So that means God setting you up. So this identity is how you see yourself, regardless of where you are. It doesn't matter whether you're in the lion's den, whether you're in the midst of fire, whether anywhere you are, you always see yourself, of course, as have a picture of yourself that's not like great. So we have to also discuss self-respect. What you tolerate determines what is the standard you have for yourself. The self-esteem, self-determination, self-worth, self-value. We discuss, and we gave an example of Gideon. This guy was hiding from the Midianites. And definitely one day the angel of God appeared. He said, "You mighty man of valor." Identity shift. Once identity shift, it's a new name, a new fame, and a new image. Things change. He said, so like this, I'm a mighty man. Okay, let me stand up. Let me get the men. Abraham was changed to Abraham. So you can start calling him name himself Abraham, the father of multitude. So it's the critical component of success in life and leadership is that you endure the process of set up so that God can step you up. So you can see yesterday, that's where we stopped yesterday, right? That's where we stopped. Where I said the critical component of success in life and leadership is that you endure the process of set up to have a sustainable, meaningful, long-lasting foundation and legacy of step up. That's where we stopped yesterday. Yes or yes? Okay, definitely. Let me just kind of round up this first so I can go to the second thing, attitude adjustment. So, okay, don't write this one down, but listen to me. The identity you have about yourself reveals to you the kind of environment that you need to tolerate, the kind of environment. Okay, so definitely for sure. So God will work on your sense of identity until you realize that you are the answer to someone else's prayer. But let's write this one out very, very well. God will spend his time to work on your set of identity. God will spend his time to work on your set of identity. God will spend his time to work on the setup of your identity. So God will spend his time to work on your setup of identity until you realize three things. Okay, let me mention two for now. I'll mention the other one later. Until you realize two things. Number one, God will work on your setup of your identity. Set up, not step up, but set up on your identity or a sense of self. God will work on it until you realize, number one, that you are God's answer to someone else's prayer. You are God's answer to someone else's prayer. That's the thing. So the day you realize that I am a solution to someone, I am the answer to someone else's prayer, God will spend his time working on your identity until you realize that you are the answer to someone else's prayer. Number two, So number one, that God's answer to someone else's prayer. So until you realize that you are God's answer to someone else's prayer. Number two, that God chooses you to represent Him in a particular realm, industry, niche, organization, community, etc. God will rather work on your set of identity. I mentioned yesterday a lot of them, or a sense of self, until you realize two things. Number one, that you are God's answer to someone else's prayer. So number two, that God has chosen you to represent Him in a particular realm, niche, industry, organization, community, etc. So I'll come back again, but let me just say this to you, that the day you realize that, just like Thomas Edison realized that he has to bring forth bulb through transactions. So he bought an electric bulb. Elon Musk realized that I need to bring this thing called electric car and make it public. Mark Zuckerberg realized that, okay, I need to create a social media panel that will eventually be a communication link for everyone. So the shoe you are wearing today, the chair you're sitting down today, the phone, the car, somebody just answer your prayer because you actually pray to God to have this. Somebody created it. This thing you see is answered prayer to me. This is answered prayer to me. I can use to write. Everybody can see. Laptop, phones, everything. So God will rather work on your sense of identity until you realize that you are God's answer to someone else's prayer. Yeah. Number two, that God has chosen you to represent Him in a particular realm, industry, niche in the marketplace, organization, community, etc. So I'm in a community representing God. So until you realize that you are God's masterpiece, a piece of the master, that you are designed deliberately, intentionally sent to this world as a solution to someone, to a nation, you will never, your identity is still small. But if you don't realize this thing, see, your prayer point will not change. You should be praying, God bless me. You should be praying, God make me a blessing. You should be praying to God for achievement instead of praying for fulfillment. Pray for God for passion instead of purpose. Pray to God for dream instead of destiny. So you see, why people pray the way they pray is because of their identity. Now be myself and I just look for a job. The day you know that you are not here for a job, that you are here to create that company, give people job, that you are the answer to people's prayer upon God, I need a job. You are the one to give them the job. So the day you realize that you are the answer to someone else's prayer, number one. Number two, that God has chosen you to represent Him in a particular realm, of course, industry, a niche in the marketplace, organization, community, etc. Of course, you see, practical example. The day Abraham was just moving around, God had to change his identity. So he can start calling himself Abraham, the father of multitude. Abraham start calling him the father of multitude. So you need to recite to yourself 1,000 times, I'm strong, I'm healthy, I'm smart, I'm an entrepreneur. And you need to tell yourself over and over and over. Sometimes you want to doubt yourself. Sometimes critics, sometimes self-sabotage. So those limiting beliefs have to leave you. So your identity must actually shift. If not, the real thing will not come to you because God understands that your internal factors will surely sabotage the external factors, external results, if something is not done about your setup process. So God chose Abraham. God changed Abraham to Abraham because God wanted him to see himself, think and describe himself as a father of multitude. So God wanted Abraham to see himself as a father of multitude. This was a clue that God was about to set him up. So God did not just step him up without not changing his identity. The paradigm shift must happen. The same thing with, of course, Jacob to Israel and so many other stories like that. The sense of revelation of identity of your who-ness must change. God is challenging and dismantling every self-limiting belief, self-depreciating beliefs, self-sabotaging belief, false misinformation, informed label that you got from your parents, from your employer, from your neighbor, from your teacher, from anywhere that you are thinking that you are not good for anything. Some people have to look themselves in the mirror and say, I'm too short, I'm too tall, my eyes box is too big, my face is this, I'm ugly, I'm not, they look, my hands are short. Why are you this? Because somebody, just like I say, I'm good for nothing. Because somebody told you in school, you are good for nothing. Somebody told you in the marketplace, all those things. You start saying yourself, I'm good for nothing. And you hold on to that identity and design a very big designer's badge. We are poor masses. And you're carrying the badge around. We poor masses. Who told you you are poor? Who told you? Somebody must have told you you are poor. It's can't you see, I don't have money. Don't define yourself based on your circumstances. Define yourself based on your identity. Tell you, I am more than enough. That one is begging for the charge card. Touch yourself. You can say, I'm a success. I'm a success. You can do better than that. Touch yourself. Say, I'm a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. So God is setting you up when you begin to have concern about the identity about yourself, because that's when you know your victory, you are the blink of your breakthrough. And that will lead me to the second thing, which is where we are going to today. Let's talk about the second thing. The first thing God does is your days. The second thing is attitude. So right in the attitude adjustment. So there's a need to adjust your attitude. First and foremost, what is attitude? Attitude is the way you think and feel about yourself. Write it down. Attitude is the way you think and feel about yourself. Attitude is the way you think and feel about yourself. Attitude is the way you think and feel about yourself. Because I told you your brain is a transmitting center and a receiving center. So when you start thinking, I'm great, everyone start seeing you as a great person. You start thinking, I'm poor, everyone start seeing you as a poor. People will treat you the way you see yourself. So write it down. Attitude is the way you think and feel about yourself. Also write it down. People will treat you the way you think about yourself, the way you see yourself. People will treat you. If you think that you're a leader, people start seeing you as I'm not good for nothing. I'm an employee, people start saying like, well, I'm an entrepreneur. So whatever you think, be positive. That is the way you think and feel about yourself. People will treat you the way you think and see yourself. People will treat you that way. I've been wondering, anytime you tell yourself, I'm strong, as your people say, I a strong person. Because of the thinking faculty. So write it down. When attitude is right, fact don't matter. When attitude is right, fact don't matter. Fact don't matter. It doesn't matter the fact. So, God must adjust 5 things about attitude that will right for you. So, attitude adjustment. Write it down. They step up. I don't mean step, I mean they step up. They step up will rise. They step up will rise and fall. They step up will rise and fall. They step up will rise and fall. Based on your emotional and spiritual posture, they step up will rise and fall. They step up, step up, will rise and fall based on your emotional and spiritual posture of your attitude. They step up, will rise and fall on your emotional and spiritual posture of your attitude. So I will give you 5 of them. Let me see how I can write. I want to get to number 4 now. So let me just, before I go to God's pattern, let me clean this one. So I need to write now. They step up, step up, rise and fall based on your emotional and spiritual posture of your attitude. So what will be your posture? I'll give 5 of them. I call it attitude posture. Yeah. So it's for you to know that you're already setting up for success. There's the attitude. Number 1, you start having faith and boldness. You start having faith and boldness. Suddenly, someone become boldness. And so, what we don't know what gives this boy audacity for him to come and say, "I'm going to fight Goliath." What kind of faith? What manner of faith is this? What kind of audacity? That one says, "Guys, please, I beg." He said, "This food, now for children, no, for dogs. Even the crumbs, dogs they arrange them." What kind of audacity? But when your attitude is right, since you have faith, your boldness will show. Number 2, you have this, you'll be optimism, and then you have joy. No matter the kind of stress, challenges, just joy overflow. Joy that surpasses all understanding. You have peace of mind. This, you don't understand, it's called attitude. Nobody will give it to you. So you will expect positive, to be optimistic means you're expecting positive things all the time. Pessimistic means that you're expecting negative things all the time. So you suddenly say that things just start clicking. Number 3, right attitude. Resilience under pressure. Resilience under pressure. Under pressure. So the more the harder, the more you keep pressing on. You say, don't go to millionaire school again. Don't read that book again. The more people try to stop you, the more you pushing. Positive attitude. Number 4, energy. You're full of energy and you're enthusiastic. Okay? Enthusiasm. So you're enthusiastic. Here. Let me write down. It's always become, it just become, you are full of, energy. A lot of people cannot stop you anymore. And there's no way they can do this. Another thing too, I would like to talk about, the last one, is reverse paranoid. Okay, number 5, and inverse paranoid. Paranoid. So I'll talk about this, believing that heaven is conspiring in your favor. So let me just write this one now. A here. Believing that heaven is conspiring in your, is conspiring heaven, believing that heaven is conspiring in your favor. In your favor. So, someone that is paranoid is that you always believe that everything is against him, but you're doing inverse. Paranoid means that you just don't know. The more you tell this person that life is, God is going to say, forget about it. Everybody's against me, the government is against me, community is against me. So that's people that are paranoid. So, but the thing that paranoid means that you have to put D here, paranoia. So someone that is paranoia is a paranoid person. So he believes that everything is against him. The more you try to say nothing against him, the more you get angry, the more. But the inverse paranoid, that you just turn the other coin, that person believe that everything is working for him, that everything is working together for good. That is, you don't go waiting, give you audacity. The hunger, the way you believe, say, this hunger no kill me, I must succeed. That you trade from IBB junction to, you say, no worry, tomorrow I'll buy my guy. That's inverse paranoid. So someone that is paranoid is that he always believes that negative things is always happening to him. And he sit down, he start creating mental picture of bad thing. That's someone that is paranoid. But this one, you are inverse paranoid. Paranoia. That's someone that is always believing that everything works for him. So you see, when your attitude is right, you have this right attitude. You are full of faith. You are full of boldness. You are full of your optimism. You are optimistic, and you are always full of joy. Because there's something about attitude. I call it gratefulness, not just joy alone. You have a gratitude, heart of gratitude, heart of gratitude. You're always grateful for everything God is doing for you. You're full of joy. Like you wake up and say, I'm alive. Like this is a miracle come true. So this is the attitude. Attitude that you don't see fault. What you're seeing is positive things. And you're full of your resilience under pressure. So entrepreneurs that veg through every breakthrough is having this 5 positive attitude. 5 positive mental attitude. Put it like that. Entrepreneurs that succeed and excel in life have this 5 positive mental attitude. Attitude for greatness, dress up for success, showing up for abundance. People don't understand. About this guy, you never tire. You say we never tire. We dey push. So you see, let me give you something. Instead I'm talking like this, I'm talking to entrepreneurs, businessmen, investors. I always like for us to agree on something. So the best way we can agree is to go to Bible. That's one of the only way I found out that once I bring it up, everyone will agree with me. So once I agree on something, we can talk about everything. Let me give you something. Philippians 2 verse 5. Under attitude. Under attitude. Okay. Under attitude. Philippians 2 verse 5. Okay. It says something. It said, let this mind be in you, which was also in Christ Jesus. What kind of mind? He never considered himself equal with God. He never considered himself offended. He did this mind of, let this mind. Mind, the mind of always full of faith, full of boldness, full of optimistic. He's always optimistic. He's always have joy. Let this mind be in you. So, and I'll give you something else. A story, there was a time that Moses sent 12 spies to a city. They go and check the promised land. The Amalekite, the Hittite, they just side. So they went and said, they came back with a bag, 12 of them, that are like grasshopper. But 2 men, Caleb and Joshua, came up with a rich person that they came up with the only person. They always said they are like grasshopper. So don't ever see yourself like small. If you see yourself like small, indeed you'll be small. Indeed you are small. Joshua and Caleb came up with the right posture for a step up. So your attitude, write it down your note. Your attitude determines your altitude. Your attitude determines your altitude. Full stop. And nobody rises above their attitude. Your attitude determines your altitude. Your attitude determines your altitude. Your attitude determines your altitude. and nobody rises above their attitude. Your attitude determines your altitude. Nobody can help you with the wrong attitude. It's like a flat tire. You are going nowhere. Once you start, when you are paranoid like this, your attitude determines your altitude. Full stop. And nobody rises above their attitude. Some people are very, very annoying. Like seriously, I tell him, see, you are a great man. He said, forget about it. My father was poor. My grandfather was poor. We have collateral poverty in our family. It's our birthright. My brother, poverty is not your birthright. Tell you, poverty is not your birthright. You don't go from Ufogero, go from Mukawa. If you are not out of poverty, poverty is tired of you. So let it go. The development mental. So they see when God wants to do something to a man, he adjusts his attitude. You need to make him start having boldness, faith. Because if he does not do that, no matter what is coming to that man, he will say, man, but I know I will not succeed. What if I write this contact and nobody say yes? So why can't they say, what if I write contact, all of them say yes? Why can't you be positive at least for once? What if I read this book and you don't have the money? Now, bro, I go chop. That attitude there, no matter what you do for that person, he will tell you, come man, I said it now, give me a walk. So he cannot walk. That is why, for us, we already know that there is no way we can help a man until the man read the Facebook. If that man cannot sit down, read the Facebook and summarize, we can't help that man. Our Facebook here is called what? Secrets of the Millionaire's Mind. By what? T.A. Packer. So if you cannot sit down and read that book and summarize it, forget the person. The person will never pass through the process. He will never forget. I can assure you, at least I'm 10 years and 5 months now, I can tell you that nobody has ever dodged that process and succeed. Nobody. But even that pass through that process have a chance of succeeding. I can assure you that. So the thing is that the attitude must be right. So the wrong attitude that is wrong will always see wrong in everything, will always easily give up or easily quit. Write it down, write it down. A wrong attitude, a wrong mental attitude, let's like that. A wrong mental attitude will see wrong in everything. A wrong mental attitude will see wrong in everything, comma, easily to quit. A wrong mental attitude will see wrong in everything, comma, easily to quit, complain, blame, justify. I don't even know which one to call again. A wrong mental attitude will see wrong. Will see wrong in anything. Easily to quit, comma, blame, complain, justify. You can add the remaining one. I don't know. They see wrong in a wrong mental attitude. That is the inverse of this. It's so full of doubt. It's so full of fear. You know, a wrong mental attitude will see wrong in everything, comma, easily to quit, comma, blame, complain, justify. Not just this business, in marriage, in businesses, anywhere he finds himself, any environment. If he comes to the wrong of the man and the woman, hey, this is my husband, look at. This is my wife, look at. He's not finding wrong. Why can't you sit down and say, okay, this is my husband, good. Where's my wife? Good. Whatever you look at, you see. This economy, they don't see any good thing about the economy. When things are hard, entrepreneurs emerge. So when things are hard, that's where the gears start up. We make more money in the economy as an entrepreneur. I've been saying time the biggest money I ever make in my life was during lockdown COVID-19. The biggest money. In fact, that period I made over 100 and something million within that period alone. I made more money that time than every other time in my entire life. But that time everything was locked down. I made money. I make plenty of money. I was okay, what can I do now to this economy? How can I make this money? How can I solve this problem for them? How can I do it? And that's what happened. See, the thing is, they don't see good in anything. See, the way you do anything is the way you do everything. Tell your neighbor. The way you do anything is the way you do everything. So you have this mentality that everybody is cheating. You think that everybody is cheating. Your problem does start. For night, you're not going to sleep. You go turn watchman. They will carry your husband's phone. They check your wife phone. They check. And wait till they check, you go see him. And they tell you go see him. No, they check the husband phone. No check your wife phone. No check him. If you check him, you go see problem. And they can't take now you. While I go through your head, leave him alone. Oh my God. You find somebody, you go see him, at least you go see him. And you go say, you go pain you, you go cry. When they take that, leave him. So, okay, let me come back here. Attitude. Then attitude. So, courage is attitude that will support and sustain your step up. Write it down. Courage is an attitude. Courage is an attitude that will support and sustain your step up. Courage is an attitude. Courage is part of the setup process. Courage is an attitude that will support and sustain your step up. I can now understand. In book of Joshua, God was telling him, Joshua, be strong and be courageous. Be strong and be courageous. Be strong and be in full Joshua. Be strong and be what? Courageous. For I am with you. I am with you. I am with you. So, courage is an attitude that will support and sustain your step up. Okay? So, you need a strong mental attitude for a step up level. Okay, let me just go to the last one for today. Let me see if I have the time to do that. Okay, I have some minutes here. So the first thing God does to a man, he wants to elevate, he wants to move to the next level, is that identity shift, attitude. The next thing is mission clarity. Write it down. Because it is so clear about where you are going to and how you want to get there. You know, vision tells you where you want to be. That is your destination. Mission tells you how you want to get to that place. Like now, my vision is to be in Lagos, for example. That's my destination. How do I want to go to Lagos? Keke, bicycle, AKTC, flight. Any means I have to decide. That's how you want to get to your vision. That is your mission clarity. So you'll be so clear about, write it down on note. Clarity of mission protects you from distraction and deception. Clarity of mission protects you from distraction and deception. Clarity of mission protects you from distraction and deception. So, do you know? Let me give you 3 questions to ask. Maybe it will help. Sure. I know it will help. I said, clarity of your mission protects you from distraction and deception. So, if you know your destination, and anybody that comes to tells you, for example, you want to go to Lagos, for example, there's your destination, and New York, and somebody can tell you, let's go to Calabar, let's go to Ikom, let's go to Abuja. You say, no, my mind and Lagos is there. But if you don't know where you're going to, everywhere looks like where you're going to. Every bus stop is beautiful because you don't even know. So that's why I keep telling people that speed is useless without direction. Direction is useless without destination. So there are key questions you ask yourself to know that you are on the right path. Number 1, what is my assignment on earth? What is my assignment on earth? So, because God has a purpose for everything. What's my assignment on earth? What is my purpose on earth? What is my calling on earth? What is my purpose on earth? What is my calling on earth? What is my calling in this industry? These are assignment, purpose, calling. Name them. Name them. What is my assignment on earth? What am I here to do? In this family, in this ministry, in this church, in this organization, in this community, what am I here to do? What am I assignment? What is my purpose? What am I calling? Why am I here? What am I supposed to do? It asks you this clarity. How do I get there? What do I need to do next? What are my trajectory? What are my plan? Number 2, what problem am I here to solve? What problem? What problem am I here to solve? Am I here to solve? What needs am I here to meet? What need am I here to meet? What need? So you must be meeting problem, you're solving problem, meeting a need. What value am I here to add? What value am I here to add? So add. What value am I here to add? What impact am I here to contribute? What impact am I here to contribute? So you go into business, you go into marriage, you go into anywhere. You should be thinking, how do I solve problem? How do I meet a need? How do I add value? How do I make impact? How do I contribute? So What problem am I here to solve? What need am I here to meet? What value am I here to add? What impact am I here to contribute? This is how to ask questions now. This is how to get clarity of what your purpose is in life. This is how you get clarity on why okay, this marriage why I want to enter like this. How I want to succeed. This ministry where I start now. This business where I start now. This community where I start now. What am I? What okay, you've been doing 4 things now. You never ask any question. How will you get the answer? Remember, if you ask the right question, you get the right answer. If you ask the wrong question, you get the wrong answer. What problem am I here to solve? What needs am I here to meet? What value am I here to add? What impact am I here to contribute? You must be clear. Because if it's not clear, it's vague. You'll be like, it's weary. I keep telling you, the labor of a foolish man weary them all. He weary them because they don't know their way to this. It's not that I'm lazy. He said the labor, that means they're laboring, they are working. Foolish people are working. He said the labor of a foolish man, Ecclesiastes. Labor of a foolish man, weary them or he tired them. Weary means they don't tire. They don't tire because they don't know they don't know. Why they know? They don't ask questions. They don't learn. Because knowledge is a state of learning. If you learn, you will know. You don't learn, you don't know. You avoid learning process, my brother. You are avoiding your knowledge process because not learning is a royal habit. It takes a king to study. Every time they want to teach you, I don't want to learn. I'm looking for money, looking for money. Since you are born looking for money, the last time I checked, you never get the money. We don't look for money, look for value. Money look for you. Money is there for value. So you see, when people hate knowledge, leave them alone. I keep telling you. Proverbs 1 verse 20 says, fools hate knowledge. They hate knowledge. Leave them alone. You can't help a man that hates knowledge. You can't help him. Proverbs 1:22. See, says, fools hate knowledge. Fools do what? Hate knowledge. Why is it you should leave them alone? Is because he that walk, Proverbs 13 verse 20 says, he that walk with the wise will be what? Wise. The companion of fools will be what? Destroy. Walking with a foolish man, you will destroy yourself. Disassociate from them. If not, you will destroy. The Bible says you will destroy. Proverbs 13 verse 20. You can't read it now. He that walk with the wise will be what? Wise. Companion of fools will what? Destroy. Who is a fool? They hate knowledge. They hate knowledge. They don't want knowledge. Thank you. They don't want knowledge. That's the thing. So, the last one. But I will give you the note tomorrow. Who am I called to serve? Number 3. It says, who am I called to serve? Who am I called to serve? My brother, all of us have been called to service. When you want to serve an industry, serve a nation, serve politician, serve government, serve industry, serve a niche, you are called to service. Some are called to pastor, apostle, this thing, there's so many calling. So you never ask yourself this question. You never ask. Therefore, you will never get the answer. That's the truth. Who am I called to serve? Who am I called to serve? For me, I'm called to serve entrepreneurs, businessmen, and investors. Check in that. I talk to them every day. My job not to talk to entrepreneurs, business, and investors. I don't find my own. Find your own. I'm not a pastor. I wasn't called to pulpit. They say they keep seeing me. People keep calling me from everywhere. That call I call business. They say me. Why I know? I know call myself. God, I know receive call. Now you receive the call. So answer the call. As you receive the call, please help me answer the call. I don't have problems. Say they call you. They send message to me. Say answer it now. Answer after when they call. When they call about Samuel. Eli told him answer. Masters, God speak. That's the servant hear it. Tell him. I said speak. That's there. I'm not going to. I'm not lying to you. Me, I know. Even there was a time I even tried. Make it. I just see. I check. One or two. I go. The answer assistant pastor, my brother. Now there I know say the thing no work. Now there me I know say no work. Because there are some nonsense we do for church when I know fit tolerate. How can I do altar call? Calm down. You are same Christ today. Next thing now, next one the answer altar call. Next one now altar brother come first. What is your place? Say every time I answer altar call, I collect them back. And they treat that my girlfriend. So why I know you can't flog you for church? Give me reason. That's why if I want to, I would like to be father. Because I like father. If they call me father, I will agree. Because father, you come and confess your sins, or I go slap you. Father, I see a chop you, slap you. I like that one. I like that one. So, that's the thing. So the thing is this. Who am I called to serve? I really wish I have the luxury of time, but definitely tomorrow. Tell us tomorrow. We'll complete this and then I'll show you God's pattern. Tell us God's pattern. And I'll give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pattern like this. You know, when let me something to you here. I even put it here. When something happens once, it's good. Twice, it's a principle. 3 times, principle established. When something keep happening, it becomes heaven blueprint. They're not blueprints. I'm going to show you God's pattern, and if you follow this pattern, just go and check every great man. All of them, they follow this pattern. From Christ, from Abraham, from Jacob, from Mark Zuckerberg to Elon Musk to Randy Gage, just name them. All of us, even to Tinubu, even to Moyen, or even to Opa, every man that man a step of authority, whether legal or illegal, every great man in authority, this pattern they play out. Go check them. When it happened the first time, it's good. Second time, principle. 3 times, established principle. 4th time, my brother, it's a blueprint. Say no blueprint. I'm coming now. One person do this thing, work. He good. The other person follow the same thing, do am, he work. Principle. You do am again for a topic. It's principle established. 4th time, now blueprint. Copy and it will work. Then no copy. Copy is allowed. Just copy the right cards. And they tell you, see you tomorrow. God bless you. Online community, I want to appreciate you guys for creating your time to be here. And I want to give you professional advice. Please don't get involved in a business without a mentor. My own philosophy is that he that stands on the shoulder of mentors will see far. Because mentorship is a legal shortcut to success. See you at the top. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. And bye-bye for now. Shalom. So for the rest of us, I'm very happy that you created time to be here today. At least we've